Don't you trust me? Tell me a secret. It's too late for mercy. I know what they desire. Let's have some real fun. Shall we?
Hello friends! Thank you so much for joining me today for another video. So today, as you can clearly see, there's something a little different than what I do usually. And I have a little Halloween look for you guys. I think I'm gonna call this series maybe a Halloween corner. I don't know, what do you guys think? So anyway, this look is inspired by a character that's in a game called League of Legends. Her name is Ahri and she is a nine-tailed fox, and I've always loved her look. I've always loved the stories of nine-tailed fox because that is a pretty common kind of folklore throughout East Asia. And so I thought I would just kind of create this sexy nine-tailed fox, easy-ish Halloween look, and just include that as part of my Halloween corner series. And I think even for those of you that don't know the game League of Legends at all, I think this could still work as a Halloween look. You know, you look like a sexy nine-tailed fox, you just gotta add 9 tails to yourself and there you go, it's an easy Halloween look. It's a little different than the usual black cat or kitty Halloween look. You're going as a fox, and a very fierce and strong and sexy one at that. So if you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. Oh, real quick before I forget, if you're new, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm so glad you were able to stumble upon my channel through this video, and I encourage you to join the Breath of Beauty family because we are a good bunch, I promise. Alright, let's jump right in. Alright, time for the voiceover. I'm gonna start off, of course, by priming my eyes with my Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion. Just put that all over my eye. Next, taking my NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette, I'm gonna take that white matte shade and just set my eyes. And then I'm gonna take a bronzer color and just create that transition in my crease area just to make sure everything blends really nicely. Got my Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay. I'm taking the shade called He Devil, and I'm applying that a little below where I put the transition shade and just applying that in a halo manner and winging it out for that feline look. Now I'm really making sure to use gentle fluffy motions and blending it in with a big fluffy brush and blending away any harsh edges. Next, taking my Tarte Tarteist Pro palette, I'm taking the shade Mod and I'm applying that on my lid. I'm making sure to pack this color in and really blend it into that He Devil color I had put down earlier. Now I'm taking a NYX Lip Liner in the shade Ruby. I'm using a lip liner because I don't have any red eyeshadows, I realized. Anyway, I had to get creative with what I had, so I'm just lining my lid and blending out the color with a flat synthetic brush, and I keep repeating that, layering it on and blending it out. And I'm really concentrating this color only on the lower part of my lid, just along the lash line, and just really create that intense look, and I'm not bringing that color any further up. Next, I'm taking my Wet n Wild Floral Values little palette and I'm highlighting my brow bones with a creamy white color. Gotta clean up any fallout and sharpen up my shadow to create that really cat-like, sharp, feline look. I really love this trick in creating sharp lines. Now I have to make sure I blend out the harsh edge just to make sure it doesn't look too harsh. Now I'm gonna prime my face just to make sure I'm creating a nice base for my face makeup, and I'm just dotting that all over my face and just working it onto my skin. Taking my Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Medium 30, I'm applying that and actually using it as a foundation because Ahri is pretty pale and I don't have a foundation that's super pale on me, so I decided to use this concealer as a foundation, which seems to be a popular application for this concealer anyway. But yeah, just blending it all with my beauty sponge and making sure it looks flawless. Taking another Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 20, I'm gonna highlight my face, my under eye, sharpen up some of my wings, and get the stash area as well as my chin and my forehead. It's a lot of areas. It looks like I have war paint on, but basically I'm just blending that all in with that same beauty sponge. I really like using the sharp edge of this beauty sponge to create sharp edges if needed. With my NYX HD Concealer in the shade Tan, I'm basically cream contouring with it and creating very sharp lines and making my jaw a little more V-like. I do have a more square-shaped jaw, so if I want to look like Ahri, contouring is the answer. And as you can see, I'm blending it all away with my beauty sponge again. I have to contour my nose now to make sure I have a tiny little fox-like nose. I'm just referencing the picture and just kind of going off of what Ahri's nose looks like and trying to replicate that onto my own nose. And yeah, contouring does wonders. I'm taking some leftover concealer and adding that onto my forehead just to contour it a little bit. Time to set my entire face using my Chanel powder foundation. I'm just setting all the areas where it is bright, and I added that lighter concealer shade. I'm gonna go over my nose contour with a powder, and I'm actually using the darkest shade in the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette, and I'm just going over all the places where I put the cream contour on. I'm also going ahead and adding some contour in the inner part of my eyes just to raise up that nose bridge, and I added that line because Ahri seems to have it, and I'm blending out everything with a clean, fluffy brush just to make sure there's no harsh, awkward edges. Also contouring right below my lip to create that pouty look. Now I'm lining my eyes with my favorite Japanese liquid eyeliner. I'm lining it really thin in the inner part of my eye and just gradually winging it out. It really emphasizes that feline look, and as you can see, I am filling it in really close to my lash line, making sure there's no gaps, and I'm gradually increasing the length of my wing. To make it even more fox-like, I'm extending the line out of my inner corners and just create that really feline cat-eyed look. Taking the He Devil color, I'm adding that to the lower lash line and really blending it out for that sultry, smoked out look. I'm connecting it to the shadow at the top. And I'm bringing this color all the way to the inner corner and leaving a little gap. And I'm blending it all away with a fluffy brush. And I'm taking that red lip liner again and adding it to the lower lash line to mirror the intensity I have on the upper lash line. And just take a flat synthetic brush and blend it all out again. With a Colourpop liner, I'm intensifying the lower lash line to create a more sultry look, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that all out using a shade called Ashes from the Naked Heat palette, and using the shade called Ounce, I'm going to highlight the inner corners and make them really pop. Gotta glam it up with a pair of lashes from Eyelure Luxe in the shade Baroque, and I gotta add some mascara to the lower lash line. With a NYX lip liner in the shade Natural, I'm going to shape out my lips to how Ahri's lips look. I'm actually lining right over my cupid's bow and just creating that flat line instead of the two peaks, and just really create that depth and dimension that Ahri's lips have. And to mimic Ahri's lips, I'm flicking my lips upward. Gotta have a nice and pouty lower lip, so taking that pencil, I'm just lining my lower lip, and then I'm just filling in the rest of my lips with that same lip pencil. With a Rimmel Exaggerate lip pencil in the shade Epic, I'm further defining my lips and creating shading in the outer edges. I'm really trying to mimic Ahri's lips onto my lips. As you can see, I'm really just keeping to the outer edges of my lips. With a NYX Butter lipstick in the shade Pops, I'm applying this all over my lips and blending out all the lines. With a matte nude lipstick, I'm applying this just to the inner part of my lips for that ombre effect. Adding in some additional shading to my top lip to make it look more like Ahri's lip. With a Tony Moly gel liner, it's a brown gel liner, I'm going to create the whiskers Ahri has. Now, I could have gone ahead and created really simple straight whiskers, but I wanted to do something a little different and go off of one of Ahri's pictures where she has more angular whiskers. So it does require a little more attention to detail, but I love the way it turned out. And as long as you work slowly and just meticulously, you shouldn't have any issues. It was a little difficult to create really sharp, fine lines with a gel liner. It definitely takes a little more effort than, say, a liquid liner. So if you want to create sharp lines a little more easily, then I would recommend using a liquid liner. I'm gonna replicate what I have on my right cheek on my left cheek, and I wouldn't really worry too much about making the whiskers look identical because that's just simply not realistic. Animals don't have super symmetrical whiskers, at least I don't think anyway, and it would just make it look a little more realistic and natural instead of making them look super duper symmetrical. Now I'm gonna clean up my whiskers and create even sharper lines using the same Colourpop No Filter Concealer I used as a foundation. Just taking that on a flat synthetic brush and just going over the lines and really sharpening them up. Essentially like what you do for your brows, but you're doing it for your whiskers. This look doesn't look quite right without a good pair of brows, so I'm just going to take my Colourpop brow pencil and just really fill in my brows to look nice and dark and full. Just use light hair-like strokes and make sure you're filling in any of the bald spots you may see. Brush it out to blend all the lines you created. Okay, so that's it for the look. This is the completed look. I just added on these cheap like little cat ears I got from Target. I'm pretty sure it's for kids, but it was only like $3 or $1, so I can work with this. I would say that in this look, the hardest part was just creating the whiskers and creating that crisp line with a gel liner. And I decided to use a gel liner because in the picture that I was referencing, Ahri doesn't have black whiskers. She has like brown whiskers, so I decided to use my brown gel liner for it. It did take quite a while to get this look together, but I'm decently happy with it considering I don't really do like Halloween special effects makeup at all. So this is the best that I could do, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think this is also friendly, like I said before, for anybody that wants to be a sexy fox, nine-tailed fox lady. I definitely encourage you guys to give it a try if you don't have any ideas for Halloween, and I do have another League of Legends character that I do want to recreate for Halloween Corner, so look forward to that. Again, if you're new, thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. I'm very happy that you are here watching this outro, and I encourage you again to join the Breath of Beauty family, and if you do, don't forget to click on the notification bell to make sure you're not missing out on any of my future videos. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat if you're at all curious about what I'm up to on a day-to-day basis. With all all of that said, remember you guys, you're beautiful, wonderful, and amazing no matter what anybody tries to tell you. And just remember that I am rooting for you, and I'm so grateful that we are friends. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video and creating this nine-tailed fox look with me, and I'll hopefully see you in my next one. Bye! Mwah!